Hello, everybody. It is me, Darcy, and him, the boy. The man, boy,
I believe
Kris.
my name's Kris, yeah.
You wish it was Kris. Kris, but...
I don't even know what to say there.
How you doing?
I'm alive.
For now.
Well, yeah, true.
3 years. Half left.
2.5.
No, I gave you 4 at the start of the year.
I thought we said 3.
No. You said 3. I said, no, the math is 4. And then at the start of the year, I said, you got 4 years left. We've been half a year, so...
3.5. Okay.
3.5.
Fair enough. But I thought we discussed that at the end of last year.
No, well, even if it was the end of last year, we're only in the 6th month.
Yeah, which would mean it's at 3.25.
What?
Yeah, it was... Would have been around...
Wouldn't have been even until December, because you didn't even get your first test done until then.
No, my first test was done before then. My
Shut
first
up.
one at the hospital. My first breathing one at the hospital was December.
Exactly. So it would have been the very end of last year.
No, actually, it would have been about February. So that's when I went in to see the results.
Okay, so it was the start of this year.
So it was, yes.
Fuck me. We made it a whole minute and 50 seconds.
Yes, we did.
Actually, we made it less than that, because I just started by dappering myself up a bit.
Yes, you did.
I just need to get some, like, wax. It's been a long week. It hasn't actually been a long week. I just spent Monday and Tuesday editing a raft video that came out today. And speaking of a raft video that came out today, let's talk about some channel news.
Yes.
Channel news. We're still about the same subscriber-wise. We haven't got anyone new, which is, it is what it is.
Yeah.
Hoping that will pick up somewhat.
Be nice, yeah.
It would be nice, wouldn't it? What else have we been doing? I've been editing. What came out Monday? Monday, the first of our Cloudberries came out.
Yes, it was.
That was hectic. Although I will say this about the Cloudberry.
Yeah.
When I made our little figurine
Yes.
for the title thumbnail.
Yes.
Thumbnail. Why is they called? No, we'll talk about that later.
Yeah.
Otherwise, we get sidetracked. Yeah, my face just worked a lot better than yours.
Okay.
Yeah, like my whole stuff, like it was much easier to make the little Darcy man than it was to make the little Kris man.
How so?
Well, you'll notice you have a beard in your ear, and because of the roundness of the heads of the little guys, because you have a tiny little hat as opposed to my giant hat, it didn't mesh up as nicely.
I mean, fair.
Mind you, it's a tiny thumbnail, so you'll probably never notice because they're not big as it is, and thumbnails aren't big to begin with, and they're even smaller.
Oh, I see.
But
I do indeed have a beard in my ear.
you do, yeah. I could not get that to fix, no matter how hard I tried.
Weird.
Yeah. Granted, I didn't try very hard. Because I made yours first, and I was like, oh, this is good. I'm just like, this is going to be painful. And then I made mine, and I was like, it was so easy. Fuck Kris. And I was like, I could go back and fix it, but no, I'm not. Fuck him. Fucking good. So that was my Sunday. Yeah, then Monday and Tuesday, I was just editing the raft video that came out today. That was interesting. Oh, I got to get a better way of doing that. Because I ended up having to watch it twice because I watch purely your footage, and I just kind of go off and on when something interesting's happening, or when I say something that I'm like, well, I'm obviously talking about something that I'm looking at.
Well, yes.
The giveaway is when I say, hey, Kris, look at this. I'm like, I'm probably seeing something that I should be showing.
Probably.
And then I watch it again, switching between, like, every time when I'm like, okay, this will be me, this will be Kris, this will be me, and I switch to the other person's view, so I pretty much see the opposite of the video that gets released. And I just make sure, because I'm making sure that is the more boring of the cuts.
Oh, okay, yeah. Fair. Fair.
So yeah, I end up like watching it twice or 3 times or 4 times.
That sounds like fun.
Yeah. It means that an hour and 20-minute video takes me about 5 hours to edit. But yeah, so that came out today. What else has been going on channel news-wise?
I don't know.
I looked at the Patreon.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, I opened up Patreon and I looked at it and went, nah, that seems like a faff. And then I closed it back down.
Of course you did.
Fuck that. That can wait. Yeah, so that was interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Good stuff. Yeah, no. Honestly, yeah, because technically speaking, I'm like on super holidays at the moment.
Yes.
Not like real holidays, but like sort of kind of holidays.
Okay.
Sub holidays.
I feel like that would have been... Did you say sub holidays?
I said super.
I thought you did. Sub would have made more sense.
Well, you know, sub is like under holidays, but not really under holidays. Super is like over holidays, and it's sort of what I'm doing.
I mean, yeah,
It's just
kinda.
the words.
Oh, yes.
But yeah, so anyway, so I'm sort of on holidays where it's like, instead of having like 5 hours of work every afternoon, I've only got like 1 or none. So I've been making an effort on getting some of those nastier edits done.
Yeah, well,
And then just forgetting what we've actually filmed. And being like, oh shit, I need to edit something. And then looking at it being like, wait, did we film that? I distinctly remember sitting there the other day going, I should edit the room. And I'm like, I'm definitely sure we've got a room. And I went through the footage and I went, maybe I was wrong. There is a room there. It's just that I was just like staring at this. Honestly, I was probably staring at the same thing being like, wait, what the fuck am I looking at? Because that's what I do, apparently.
seems right.
Yeah. So, you know, we got a lot of stuff in the tubes being edited.
Yes.
That's just the way it is, you know.
Usually.
Then we've got like, I can't remember.
I don't.
Just give me a second. It's been a long week. I had to listen to Kris for over an hour.
Wait, that's not uncommon.
I had to listen to your crap for 5 hours and you kept calling the shark the wrong name.
Wait, what?
Yes.
What was I calling?
Bruce.
Oh, that's right.
Fuckwit.
Yeah, I forgot we kept changing the name.
The name doesn't change. The name has never been Bruce. Then it only changes when the shark dies, and you just kept calling the shark the wrong name. And I just had to keep listening.
Did I?
Yes, and like I don't even pick it up in the fucking footage half the time.
Apparently I didn't pick it up while
You
I
just
was
say the
saying
wrong name, and like every like 5th one, I'm just like, that's not the name of our shark. That's the name of their shark. They literally say they've killed that shark.
So I'm going to have to say because I know at one point it was Theodore.
Theodore's first.
So I could swear that every time I was saying the name, I was at least thinking Theodore.
No, you were saying
Must
Bruce.
have been saying
You were
Bruce.
just like, oh fuck, there's Bruce, and I'm like, it's Theodore.
You've had
And then
those
I'd be-
situations, haven't you?
No.
Thinking of something and saying something else?
No.
No? Okay. I have.
I always say exactly what I'm thinking about. Just
I don't.
weird.
Sometimes for good reason.
As you saw when I was shaping my mustache, sometimes I think weird things, but
Yes.
I always say what I'm thinking.
No, I don't. It's not. People
It gets me into a lot of trouble, especially when I'm babies.
Okay.
So ugly.
Yes, they are.
Not really fat, punchable cheeks. And I live the baby anymore, and that's for the best. But don't tell me you haven't thought about punching it in the cheeks. They're just so fat.
They are.
Yeah, no, so that was infuriating.
I can imagine so.
Yeah, especially considering that I work so hard to come up with proper right shark names. And everyone's just always like, oh, the shark's name is Bruce because they saw Finding Nemo once, and Finding Nemo was just making fun of Australians.
It's true.
Fuck
It's
Finding
very
Nemo.
true.
We're not all called Bruce. So my dad, he actually is.
He's called Bruce.
But other than that, and all this other guys, okay, there's a lot of people called Bruce, okay, but it's fallen out of favour.
I actually only know one.
Like 5 or 6.
Oh.
but they're all older.
Yep.
Anyway, enough about that. That's unnecessary. Back to channel news. This Friday, aka the day this comes out,
Yes.
or more likely the day after this comes out,
Okay.
or more precisely the weekend after this comes out,
Oh, okay. Yep.
or probably the week after this comes out.
Okay.
At some point after this comes out, probably starting on Friday,
Okay. Yeah.
I will be filming my second solo.
Oh.
Alright? The plan is I'm going to do Subnautica.
Okay. Yes.
I'm going to face my fear of deep water. Even though that's an incredibly rational fear and everyone should have it. It's going to be going out in deep water. It never ends well.
Yes. That is true.
You either get eaten by a shark, drown,
Yes.
or you're on a cruise ship. None of those are good. Fuck cruise ships. Full of disease. Fuck, I hate it.
He doesn't like them. As you can tell.
If I had my way, I'd do what Bill Burr said. And sink them.
Ah.
With a submarine.
Sorry.
Well, you'd have a submarine because that's the best way to sink them. But you've also got to be sporting about it because they don't have weapons and you do. So you got to let them know you're there.
Oh, yeah.
But, especially in the time of economic crisis like we are at the moment,
Yes.
that's great because you get a whole shipbuilding industry.
Oh, that is true.
Someone's got to replace all the fucking cruise ships we're sinking.
Fair point.
Oh, Bill Burr, love the man. Yeah, so I'm going to do a Subnautica. But I also figured whilst I'm filming that,
Yes.
or well, not whilst I'm filming that, because I'll literally be filming that.
But yes.
But while I'm in the mood of doing a solo,
Yes.
because they're kind of hard for me to do, because I just don't. I'm very lazy. And it's just like I film that and then I'm like, yeah, now I've got to do some editing, and so I don't. What I do is I lie back in my chair and watch fucking Top Gear.
Yes. I can vouch for that.
What was I saying? Oh yeah, I figured while I was in the mood to edit,
Yes.
not edit, film
Yes.
a solo, I would do another solo.
Okay, yes.
But I haven't figured out what this solo will be. I'm gonna do a Subnautica
Okay.
from the beginning, full survival, hardcore, getting eaten by fish,
Okay, yep.
and then I was like, well, I haven't figured out what the next one's going to be.
Okay.
But
okay.
I figured I'd just throw it out there. If there is a single player game that you would like to see me play,
Yes.
leave it in the comments. Kris won't be here for it because I'll do it on a day when Kris isn't available. That way I can keep the production rolling along.
Yes.
Because Kris is only available at certain times on certain days. Never before 12 o'clock. He's always asleep.
No, not always. I woke up at 10 today.
Ooh.
I know, right?
I woke up at 8. And I went, what the fuck am I doing awake at 8?
Pretty much.
You know what actually fucking sucked?
What?
On Monday? Monday.
Monday. Yep.
Monday night, for some fucking unknown reason,
Okay, yeah.
I didn't fall asleep until 6 a.m. And I was just like, fuck that.
So Tuesday morning?
Yes. If you want to be technical.
Well, yes. It is. By that point, the sun is up, yeah. Or it is just about to be up.
Exactly. Anyway, so yeah, if you have a suggestion of a video game you'd like to see me play solo without Kris, chuck it in the thing, and I'll get onto that. Because yeah, next week, not this week, but next week,
Yes.
I pretty much got a nice big stretch where I don't have anything booked, and I'm just like, yeah, I can do some work there. So get on it. Let me know. Don't put Call of Duty. Don't put Call of Duty. Mainly because I don't feel like doing that. But also don't put Resident Evil 3. Because I'm not up to that one yet.
No. They'll have to play through the other ones, and he'd have to make the decisive decision as to which one he's going to start with.
I fucking can't do that. I told you. I suck with numbers.
No way.
Well, I only suck with numbers because I'm so good with numbers.
I'm not sure on that one.
I'm very good with numbers. I teach people about numbers all the fucking time.
I mean, true, yes. When you're looking at stuff.
What?
Just looking at your phone. How unprofessional.
No, my phone just said that I couldn't send a message to someone.
What?
Yeah, I know. And that's only...
How many hours ago did you do that?
About an hour ago. And it just got to me then being like, hey, we couldn't send you that message. I was like, what?
Weird.
Yeah, phones fucked me up. Yeah, so if you've got any suggestions, chuck it in. I'll go ham on them. Oh, I got it all, man.
Most.
It's
got a lot. It's got a lot.
Yeah.
You could do God of War.
I could do God of War.
Yeah. It's not going to happen.
But only God of War 3. Or God of War.
Okay. Why God of War 3?
Because God of War and God of War 2 aren't available.
Well, yes, that is true. That is true.
That's just logic.
Yeah, I know.
I could do a lot of games, though. That's the takeaway. Darcy could do a lot of games.
Yes.
So if you do have any suggestions, check them in. And if I've got the game, or if I can be bothered to do it, I'll fucking do it. Or I might not. I'll just pretend I haven't seen it. I'm probably not going to check, but I'll try. I'll try and remember. On Friday afternoon, I'll pop in and I'll see if anyone's left any things, and I'll be like, nah. And then on Saturday, I'll do the same thing. Yeah. And on Sunday, I probably won't.
No,
so try and get it in by Saturday.
Please.
But just in case I don't check on Saturday, it's not my fault. I'm a very busy man.
Sometimes.
Channel news.
Yes.
Yeah, I think that's kind of everything at the moment.
Yeah. Sounds right.
Other than we've kind of fallen into a nice kind of release pattern. I'm feeling good about it.
Yeah.
I feel pretty happy with how we do. It's kind of funny. It actually is, if we want to talk about the behind the scenes of the actual channel, is that, sometimes videos go fucking crazy. Like, boom. Within an hour, it's like, oh my god, we've had hundreds of views. And then sometimes the same sort of video, a week or two later, it's like, oh, that's been up for 2 days and has 2 views. Oh, sweet. And I come back a week later and it's like, oh, that's gone up. And so, yeah, it is fucking insane. I don't even know what YouTube does half the time.
Neither do I.
It's just watch this. And then...
I'm literally trying to get YouTube to start showing me other stuff. But it keeps taking me back to the same stuff. 3-hour-long videos.
That's weird.
Yeah.
I've been watching a lot of Donut Media.
Yeah.
They do car stuff. Mr. Ballin, he does mystery stuff.
Yeah.
I like some of his stuff. He does some of the supernatural stuff as well.
Okay, yeah.
And I don't mind his stories because he does it in a fun way, but he's the believer, if you will.
Okay.
He's believe in the stories, whereas my other mystery kind of thing is the skeptical side. So I often get the cross pollination where I've seen the story from both sides.
Okay. Yeah.
Which is kind of interesting. But yeah, my biggest issue is that for some reason, and I don't know why, YouTube's just been putting up in my suggested videos, and it's I'll be watching a show from a month ago, and it's check out, especially on Donuts, check out the next one where we do the next upgrade to the car. I'm fuck yes, I want to see what the next upgrade is. Yep. And then all of a sudden it's just all of the videos in my suggested list are 4 or 5 years old, and I'm just what?
I mean, don't get me wrong, it's I've half the time I just let it autoplay.
Oh, I never let it autoplay. I'm not giving that kind of power to a computer.
That's fair. No, I let it autoplay quite a lot of the time, and it still plays stuff of content that I actually do normally watch. It's just it keeps going back to these 3-hour-long videos of the best of this year. So
wow.
So it's played the same thing.
I'm surprised they can fit that into 3 hours. That's 365 days. That's less than an hour 100 day for every 100
yes,
days.
Yes, it is.
That's less than a minute of good parts a day.
Yeah, well, yes. But, so, yeah, they basically keeps throwing me back to this. And I know it's thrown me back to this same one like 10 times.
Yeah, see, that's kind of my problem with like the YouTube algorithm, like showing me a bunch of stuff that's like 2 or 3 years old.
Yeah.
Is like some of it I'm just kind of like, I've seen this. I saw this when it first came out, and it's like, we think you should watch it, and I'm like, I've already watched it.
Don't worry about it. So a few months ago, when I used to just let it like play something, I was watching a little bit of like Markiplier, Jacksepticeye, and their crew basically playing
Their crew.
Phasmo. So like Wade and Bob.
The crew.
They mainly play with Markiplier.
Right.
But so I'm watching the Phasmo.
Right.
And then the next night I just let it autoplay and it just goes back to the Phasmo that I watched the night before. Yeah, and then the next night it did the same thing. I'm like, stop sending me back to the same thing.
That's why I don't let a computer choose anything for me.
That's fair. But...
Also, for some reason, like, I'm not complaining about it because it's obviously the same way that a lot of people see our content.
Yeah.
I'll be watching like a bunch of stuff and then it'll just be like, that person's content, random people's content that has nothing to do with anything I've been watching. And it's like,
I don't even get that. I literally only get...
I'm like, okay, I'm not interested in any of that, but I thank you for showing me what other people are doing, but also at the same time, why would you think that I've literally just watched something about building a car. Why the fuck would you think I'm interested in gardening tips?
Yeah. So what it's actually...
Obviously, I hate gardening.
A lot of the time, it's sending me to either Vanos or Markiplier. Never anyone else.
Either of those are.
So, the gaming YouTubers.
Right.
It's like, you know who Markiplier is?
I only know him from Corridor Digital.
Well, yes, but yes, but you know who it is. But it keeps.
I've never watched any of his actual things other than the small parts that you've shown me.
Honestly, not surprised. But it keeps sending me to those two. And the weird thing is, I'm not even subscribed to Vanos.
But you're subscribed to people?
Yes.
I fucking hate everything.
I'm a weird.
I subscribe to people.
Yes.
But my biggest thing is like well, I'm subscribed to a few channels and I very rarely see their stuff. Like I guess some of it, like when I say some of it, I think I'm subscribed to Task and Purpose, the military one.
Yes.
And so like whenever I refresh my YouTube page, I might have one of their videos. But if I do, it's probably one from about 4 or 5 years ago. I'm like, I've already fucking seen that.
Oh yeah.
Either put up the new one or don't worry about it.
Pretty much. That's what keeps happening recently. It's fucking annoying because recently I've just been listening to a lot of music on YouTube.
Okay.
So I'll just be like listening to, I'll be like 3 songs in, then all of a sudden it's like, hey, you wanted to watch Vanos Gaming, right? It's like,
yes. How did you know?
what the fuck?
I listened to the radio the other day.
Yeah, how'd that go?
Well, I was only driving a very short distance. So
okay.
The only reason I listened to the radio is because I hopped in, and it was literally the song that would have been playing on my phone as well.
And I was like, luck.
Oh, well, in this case, I'll just
keep going.
I'll just wait. And I got to where I was going as the song was ending, and I was like,
perfect.
Not bad. And then they started talking rubbish, and I was like, fuck off.
Turn the car off now.
I like listening to the radio sometimes.
Yeah.
I fucking hated the Hot 100 though this year that we went to when I was at Jordan's and they were playing that music and I was just like, how is this the best 100 songs of this year?
You know why? You know why it is? Because it's all a vote-based thing, and because people like us are like, I don't fucking care, I'm not voting. That's why. That's why.
Like, what really hurt me about that whole situation was just the fact that there were at least 3 or 4 songs in the top 20 that I was listening to and I was like, oh, this is a cover of a song.
Yeah. But
it's not a good cover of a song. It's a horrible cover of a song. It's like we got 7 tone-deaf idiots and went, hey, play this song. And we recorded it and people went,
it's amazing. This is the best.
This is pretty good. No. And I was just like, no, they're not even in tune with each other, let alone fucking in pitch with the song. Fuck.
Damn.
It was bad. I hated it. And I'm just like, at one point I had to literally go to Jordan, what the fuck is going on? He's like, yeah, the top 10 are like a vibe. And I'm just like, is the vibe please kill me? I hate life.
Or brain dead?
That's a pretty harsh vibe, man.
It is.
But yeah, like, but other than that, like... Okay.
Other than that, it tends to have at least one comedy.
Listening to Triple M, I'm generally okay with that, especially during the workday, because they play some bangers.
Okay, fair.
Yeah, they play some bangers.
Yeah, well, I'd say in the top 10 as well, they tend to have at least one joke-based one.
Right.
Like the Wiggles one that was there that one year. I'd never listened to it. I just knew it was based on it wasn't an actual Wiggles song.
Oh, so it was someone else doing a Wiggles song.
Sort of.
I hope they got sued.
No, because I can't remember exactly. I'll look it up after.
Fucking the Wiggles, mate.
But
they're litigious.
But comedy-based music. Some of it's funny. I found a couple funny ones the other day. They're more weird.
See, I don't mind comedy music, or a very smart comedian makes a funny song.
Yes.
But when someone who's neither funny nor talented tries to make a funny song,
yeah.
It was like, there was that whole Bondi Hipsters thing. And I took no offense from their music. It wasn't outstanding, but it was entertaining, I guess you could say.
Yeah.
But like, I wouldn't like put it on the radio and be like, oh yeah, this is what I'm gonna, this is what I'm gonna chill to.
I mean, the funny stuff that I've found recently is, it's funny and weird. It's weird, but
yeah, well, I don't
it's by Electric
taste of music.
No, I know you don't.
Because you should never trust someone who only discovered music when they were like 15.
I discovered it earlier. I just rarely ever listened to it.
I just didn't go into it, okay?
Look, the stuff I listened to when I was younger than that was from like 60s, 80s.
Exactly.
Because I didn't have a choice on that. It was all Mum would listen to when...
I'm fairly sure what you're doing is arguing my point for me.
Yes, you are.
No, you are. I'm not. I should be arguing my point against you, but you're making me not have to.
I'm aware of what you're doing. I'm aware of what's happening here.
Again, it's what you're doing.
I'm aware of what I'm doing.
Oh, finally, you said it correctly.
Fine. But some people like the music I listen to. Logan does.
Yeah, but when did he discover?
I don't know.
Fuck him.
Leanne likes some of it.
I'm not gonna lie. Some of the music you listen to is okay.
Yes.
But a lot of it is just noise for noise sake. Or, worse than that,
yep.
It is a cover where they're just like, you know what? What if we just covered this, but angry?
That's it. There is a couple in there like that.
It's like, oi. This song, but wait, angry.
But hear me out. Disturbed's version of Sound of Silence.
Angry.
No, it's not.
What if we put a trombone in it?
I wouldn't say that it's angry. It's very out of character for Disturbed when it came out. That's for sure.
Yeah, but Disturbed are known for that because they also did. Disturbed did that cover of fucking. It's a Genesis song. If anyone knows it,
I can't think of it.
I can't think of the name of the song.
No.
I know the thing. It's like. Dun, 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 dun.
We'll look it up after.
I know the song because in the original Genesis one, it's like it's all the politicians. Like there's like clay-faced politicians. It is disturbing. And then Disturbed did a cover, which is I guess synergy. This is the world we live in. Could be that. It could. I feel that's the name of the song, but that's also just the main thing.
I
don't think it's.
Well, what I mean is, I wouldn't say that the Sound of Silence they do is angry.
It's angrier than the original one.
I also say it's better than a lot of other covers.
Well, yeah, because covers generally aren't great.
Yeah. They try to copy too much. Whereas they just did their own version of it, which is...
Okay, no, see, I don't mind copying, right? However, a cover has to bring something new.
Yes.
So you have to either be better than the band that did it before.
Yes.
In the vocals that you do.
Mm-hmm.
Or you have to bring some kind of new emotion. If you're going to cover a song, you kind of have to bring your own element to it.
True.
You can't just come out and... Basically, you don't want to come out and not bring anything to a song, because then everyone kind of just sits there and goes, okay, well, why don't I just listen?
Why don't I listen to the original?
It just makes, if you do a poor cover, it just makes me, especially if I'm the person listening to it, I just go like, oh yeah, that is a good song. I really wish I'd listened to it instead of your cover. Because, you know, that's the thing.
Fair.
Like, you never want to copy the person exactly.
Which is what every other version of that is.
Which is kind of what Queen have done. You probably... Adam Lambert joining Queen, right?
Okay.
He is a fantastic singer, but he actually talked about when he joined, he was very much like, I have to separate myself from Freddie Mercury.
Okay.
I don't want to... Because he went the obvious thing that you do when you're in this situation, because he's actually playing with Queen. It's not a cover, it's literally Queen and he's just fronting for them.
Yes.
But he said the obvious thing you want to do is try and imitate Freddie Mercury. But you can't.
No.
You just can't. So you've got to realise that you've got to, you don't want to change it, because you're performing the song, but you've got to bring your own thing to it, which is kind of what I agree with. If you're going to do a cover, you've got to bring your own thing to it. It's kind of like Bon Iver's Skinny Love, which a lot of people know from Birdie, the person who was on like Australian Idol or something, who did the slow piano song to it.
Okay.
Both are about a sad event. However, the slow piano version that she did tends to be what people think of as that song. However, I find that her version is just a little bit too overboard, if you ask me.
Okay.
However, my older sister prefers it. I'm like, okay, well, maybe it's just the slower, sadder, more melancholic is more appealing to you.
Yeah.
And possibly, not an expert, but maybe more females in general. Whereas all the guys I know prefer Bon Iver's approach, which is a little bit more, it's still a sad song, but it's just got I always feel it's a little bit rawer. It doesn't, because he's just kind of like strumming away on the guitars. Yeah. And it's like, so, but to all of Birdie's credit, her cover is good.
Yeah.
Another TV show singing competition thing, The Voice. Yeah. I hate all of their covers, because their covers are like, okay, take this song. I saw someone do Aerosmith on a piano. I was just smiling and doing this. And I'm just like, it's fucking Aerosmith, son. That's Aerosmith. Show some respect.
Yeah.
Jeez. Kris doesn't know what Aerosmith is.
No, I do. I do know what Aerosmith is. I just haven't seen that.
Oh, it was pretty bad. It was atrocious. And I was just like,
I'm just imagining how bad it looked. But
look, to put it bluntly, it was a 16-year-old girl, so she's probably never heard of Aerosmith until it was given to her, and the judges were comparing her to like a Delta Goodrum. Okay. And then she did like the Aerosmith song in that style. I'm like, okay, well, first of all, you've brought nothing to the song. You've just kind of changed the song to fit the way you like to sing. And that's where I think that's where a cover falls apart. If you bring something to a cover, I'm happy with it. Bad Wolf's cover of Zombie. It's not my preferred version of Zombie, but it's a decent cover.
Yeah. That is, I can agree with that one.
That Skinny Love cover that you're always, not Skinny Love, Electric Heart cover that you're always listening to. Not a bad cover.
Elastic Heart?
Yes. That's the one.
Yeah. Yes, I do like that cover.
Yeah. It's an okay cover. It's not the world's best cover, but it's fine.
It's better than a lot of other covers.
I can understand why that would appeal to you more than the original song, because the original one is more poppy.
Yes.
I'm pretty sure the original one also has Shia LaBeouf in it, so it wins.
Fair enough.
But yeah, I just feel that there's like a lot of people who like just take old songs and cover it because they can. It's not only lazy, but they just do a bad job of covering it. Like if you do a mad sweet good cover, to the point where like people don't even realize it's a cover because it just feels so natural.
Yeah.
Power to you. It's kind of like shit. There's a song where it's like more known for the cover. Well, there's actually
I probably know which one.
There's a lot of songs like that. It's a Leonard Skinner song. It might be Sweet Home Alabama.
Well, even what is it? Isn't Hound Dog one of them as well?
Possibly.
He's more known for Elvis doing it, not the original.
Yeah, that could definitely be a thing.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure that was one of them.
But yeah, there's a lot of them, especially like when you're getting into the old stuff. And then, like, gets to the point where people are like, oh, I didn't even know that person did it. And you're like, nah. You didn't.
No.
But yeah, I feel like you've got to bring something to a cover. You can't just do a cover in your style and be like, see, we're good. Like, it's like, wait, no, you just lazed out.
Pretty much. In a lot of cases, that's how it goes. Couldn't send the message again?
Yeah. I'm gonna have a look. I think my fucking Optus shit might be shit. It's pretty classic Optus, eh?
Oh yeah, no, I'm well aware of that. I've been with Optus before.
Yeah.
Wasn't really a fan.
No, well, I'm not a fan of any of them because they're all fucking shit. But
no, just where I used to live, Optus worked in two parts of the lot.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah, I could either halfway down the back stairs or out front near the ladder box.
Weird.
Yeah, otherwise it just didn't fucking work. Yeah, it was great.
No, I just love the fucking security that they have. It's brilliant.
Yeah. Fantastic.
As I said, I got really pissed off because like after they literally were like, oh yeah, by the way, because our security's shit and your stuff got leaked, you gotta go and do all these changes. And then about 2 days later, they sent me through my bill. I was like, you're actually having a laugh, aren't you?
No, they weren't.
I've spent the last 2 days fucking running around, getting a new license, going through all the hassle with that, getting new Medicare shit, going through all the hassle with that, pretty much dealing with government bureaucracy in the highest fucking order.
Oh yeah. Not fun.
Because you fucked up and you knew it was a weakness, because they did.
Yes.
They knew their security wasn't up to snuff. And then 2 days later they're just like, oh yeah, by the way, you owe us money. And I'm like, no, I'm gonna beat the shit out of you.
No, I've had to spend money I didn't need to.
I had to spend time. So much time.
Generally costs money to change your license though, doesn't it?
No, I didn't, because of the fuck up of Optus.
Oh, that's
They were literally doing it free. But I had to spend about 2 hours at the transports.
Cool.
That's fun.
Oh, yeah.
And I was just like, you want me to pay you after the fuck around I've had to do over the last 2 days to try and get this shit sorted?
Especially when most of the people that had that issue work longer hours.
Yeah.
So taking 2 hours out of their day is quite a lot of time.
Well, as I said, it was just a fuckery.
Oh, of course it was.
And then Optus was just like, oh, by the way, you owe us money. And I was just like, you are the scummiest of scum. Like, you think the least you'd do is be like, okay, so what we're going to do is everyone whose phone bill is due in the next 2 weeks, let's just push that so that some goodwill can come back before we start saying, hey, give us some money.
That'd be smarter.
Because at the moment, our stock, not like actual stock, but social stock, is pretty much in the toilet because we just leaked about 10 million people's information.
Yeah. Wasn't the greatest thing.
Because we decided to cheap out on some shit. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, fuck Optus.
Oh, yeah.
What was I going to say?
So I see why I won't go to Medicare.
Why you won't go to Medicare?
Yeah, no, I'm technically still on Dad's Medicare card.
You should probably get that fixed.
I should.
You really should, especially with the amount of time you spend at hospitals and doctors.
I don't need to have it fixed. Technically.
It'd be better if you did.
Why do you say that?
Because then you'd be your own Medicare stuff, so when you need Medicare to get your money back and shit, you can actually do it and it doesn't go through your dad's stuff.
It doesn't.
What?
Because it's technically, it might be the same card number, but it's a different thing after that. So it technically doesn't go through his, it goes through mine.
I'd look at that.
Either way, last time I actually went to go transfer off of it, went into, because it's also joined with Centrelink.
Yeah.
Went in.
Oh, fuck. Yeah.
Read the back of, on the back of the paperwork, it says that you needed to show your license or ID when you went in.
Yeah.
Went in, waited in the line just to be able to talk to someone, just to see if we could sit down and talk to someone else.
Yeah.
So I waited 20 minutes in that line. He's like, yeah, no, I'll take the paperwork, I'll hand it on. I'm like, start grabbing out my wallet. He's like, oh, you're right to go. I'm like, but that paperwork says I need to show my license.
Bureaucracy.
And then he said, no, you don't. I'm like, and then I grabbed the paperwork and pointed to the section. And he's like, no, you don't. I don't know why they still have it there. You don't actually need to do that anymore.
And then you would have got a phone call later because you didn't show your ID.
No, I didn't get a phone call. I got it sent through the mail with the whole section about showing your ID highlighted. I'm like,
yeah,
screw you. And it was like...
But that's just more incompetence in the bureaucracy system, which is to be expected.
It's unfortunate because I then still had to go through that same system.
I'm just surprised that you only had to wait 20 minutes, though, because fucking...
Oh, no, that was the person at the door saying, oh yeah, go have a seat. It was that line.
Fuck.
So it wasn't even the line.
Yeah, no, see, that sounds more, because it's like, I kid you not, like, I noticed this when I was at the fucking main roads and transport.
Yeah. I'm
sitting there in a room full of people, all sitting there waiting for their turn to go up to one of the 2 open desks.
Oh, yeah.
And of course, because it's transport and you can see over the desks and see all the people behind the desk, you could see the 10 or 5, and it was about 7 people.
Yeah.
All standing in the background having a chat. You're just like, you've got 2 of these things opening, but you've got 7 people standing back there while 2 work. I'm like, you could have this sorted in a fucking 5 seconds if everyone just went and sat down. And what annoys me the most about it is that that's what our taxpayer dollars are paying for.
Yes.
It's kind of like, oh yeah, we pay for this.
Yeah.
We pay for you guys to just fuck around. Oh no, we're very busy, can't you see? We're chatting about work. I'm like, I'm gonna fuck you chatting about work. You are paid to do a job, and that job is to make these fucking lines move faster.
Yes. Yes, it is. Because you can get there times and there's like 4 or 5 open. You got the wrong time, there's only 2.
Yep. Yep.
It's a thing.
It tends to be about the only time that most people can actually get there.
Oh, so, yeah. It is.
Not only are the lines bigger, they're also with people who are like have shit they've got to do.
Yep.
No, fuck, I hate bureaucracy.
Oh, it's the worst. It is.
It is horrid. Oh, that's a downer. Yeah. So, that's a weird way to end up channel news.
No, we ended channel news ages ago.
Did we?
Yes, we did.
Did we?
Fairly certain we did.
No, we just started talking about something different.
Sure?
Yeah, I'm fairly sure. I know this.
I have to look back on this.
Because I was talking about stuff that I was doing and stuff that I hated and why I wasn't doing stuff. And then pretty much we went on to the fucking whole thing. I got distracted because I said you don't listen to music, pretty much. And I was talking about listening to the radio.
We were talking about listening to the radio.
And we only started talking about listening to the radio because we were talking about YouTube. We only started talking about YouTube because I was talking about channel news.
Okay, fair
and
enough.
how I don't understand YouTube. So we never actually ended it. We just started talking about the, fucking bureaucracy.
Okay.
Oh. It's a weird life I lead. But see, and that's just an indication of what's going on up here. Everything is so interconnected, I just can't even fucking tell the difference between shit. Oh, I was doing something the other day. What was I doing? It was when we were at the club with all the small children.
Okay. You're choosing to call them small children here.
Well, they were like 20.
Yes, they were 20. And they're not even out of your 20s yet.
So much smaller than me.
They are. Okay, fair enough. They were smaller than us.
It's like everyone's wearing high heels. I can still see over their heads.
Oh, yes. Yeah, I'm aware.
Anyway, when we were sitting there at the clubs, I was like sitting outside the Zodiac. I'm like, I feel like I've been here before. And not like I feel like I've been outside this club before, because obviously I have.
Oh, yes.
Like when we used to go to the clubs back many, many years ago. But no, I'm sitting there, I'm like, no, I feel like I was here recently. I'm like, why do I feel like I was here recently? I'm like, wait, got it. It's because I'm bored. So my brain is just connecting all the times I've been bored into one event.
Oh, geez, that's
so funny. Pretty much, I was feeling like I had been in that point before because I was like, oh, I'm just bored. I was like, wow, brain, you're fucking weird.
Yes.
My brain's just like, bored? We'll just add this to all the other times you're feeling bored. So now whenever I feel bored, it's like I just feel like I've been in that exact position before. And like I'll be sitting there, I'm like,
I don't.
Dude, I was sitting there and I'm looking at the thing, I'm like, I feel like I've been in this exact situation before. I'm like, I feel like really recently I was sitting in this chair looking at that thing. I'm like, oh, I was. It was just what I'm thinking happened weeks ago is from 5 minutes ago because my brain has just stitched all the times I was bored together.
That is...
So when I was bored last week, it's just melted into when I'm bored right now.
That doesn't... No.
It's apparently what happens.
Apparently, I've never had that.
Dude, it happens. Like, I'll be sitting in a place and I'll just be like, like, I feel, it's like that deja vu feeling.
Yes.
But it's like, the deja vu is like from like 5 minutes earlier. And it's just like, I feel like I've been here forever.
Oh no, I've had the feeling of being there forever. But
it goes worse than that.
I had that yesterday.
Just every time that I feel like, as I said, it was just like all the times that I've been bored over the last month were stitched together into this one thing. So I just felt like all of my boredom was based around this one place. And then every time I'd been bored, it was just like, wait, was I here on Tuesday night? No, I wasn't. This place isn't even open on Tuesday night. Oh no, I was just bored.
I've never had that situation.
Yeah.
I've had the feeling of being somewhere forever.
Oh yeah, that was before that.
I had that yesterday.
I was just sitting there going like, how is it not midnight yet? I've been here forever. And it was like, it's 10 o'clock, you've been here for 4 hours. No, I've been here forever.
Oh god.
But yeah, no, as I said, my brain's just weird sometimes. It's just that it stitches all the times. Like over the last month, it's just like
Sometimes.
Apparently
sometimes.
It was just like, oh man, you were bored earlier this month. We'll just chuck that into this memory. Free up some space for important shit.
Is that really freeing up space though?
Probably, because all the memories I have of being bored just become one.
But wouldn't it technically be the same amount?
No.
It's just, that memory is just longer than it should be?
My brain's not a computer, Kris. No, because it's not longer. It's just that all of the boredom just kind of blends into one thing.
I suppose when you're bored all the time, that probably does make sense.
No, it's just all...
Whereas you know what I do when I'm bored?
No.
I zone the fuck out.
That's worse.
Yeah, I zone out.
I sit there and go like, wait, was I here a week ago? No, why would I have been here a week? Oh, right, my brain's just gone, we'll chuck this in the boredom folder.
Oh, yeah, okay, that makes sense. But no, I just zone out.
Yeah, I know. It's fucking annoying.
What, when I zone out?
Yes, because you literally be like, I don't remember doing that. It's like, Kris, you literally just stopped doing that. Oh, I zoned out. And you use it as an excuse all the time. Oh, I zoned out. Oh, I zoned out. Oh, I zoned out. And it's like, maybe we should just shoot you and put you out of my misery.
Your misery, eh?
Yes. I don't care about you. Me.
What's wrong with zoning out?
How often you do it?
No, it's fucking all the
It's
time.
like, oh, fuck, I zoned out. It's like, Kris, what the fuck do you mean you zoned out?
That's what I mean. I zoned out.
You were telling the fucking story. Oh, no, I zoned out. Fuck
Look,
you.
Look, I do a lot of stuff and then don't remember it immediately. I do that with customers as well. I ask them a question, at which point I need to know the answer to that question to be able to help them more, and then I immediately just space out, and then just as soon as they're about to finish speaking, I'm like, oh, that's right, I meant to be listening to these people, and then they stop talking. It's like, fuck, I needed to know that.
You have the audacity to question the way my brain works.
Yes. I feel like that's more common.
Yes. Because it's bad.
Yeah,
Common is the enemy of the exquisite.
I suppose.
Anyway.
Yeah.
I've been doing a little painting this week, Kris.
I've noticed.
Paint everything black.
I
So I can paint over.
I've noticed this one thing. Oh, that's about.
No, that's about all I painted.
Oh, okay.
Because
That's taking you. Oh, I suppose it's only halfway through the week. Never mind.
it's a Wednesday, okay, and I've got to wait for all of the black to dry so I can paint the other parts that have the colour. So if you look at the fuselage, it's been painted on the inside the right colour.
Part of it.
Well, that's the only part that you can see.
Oh, okay, fair enough.
The rest of it's going to be inside the plastic.
But yeah, fair.
Okay.
I haven't looked at it properly to see what's going to be seen.
Anyway, so I started off by like painting. Yeah. Well, I actually didn't paint the first thing black before I painted it, and I painted it and I was like, oh my god. Grey is not a great colour to use to paint on top of with like bright colours.
Which is really weird. Because with the painting I help people with, it's better to be painting over a grey.
Actually, it's better to be painting over a white.
So brighter colours are better over a grey.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Well, I can tell you right now that plastic grey and the bright
this grey.
the bright yellow.
Oh yeah, no, you need something darker than that.
There's a yellow piece over there, and it took me about 6 coats to get it to be that yellow, because every time I'd paint it, I'd look at it and be like, okay, let it dry a bit, and I'd look and be like,
Yeah.
the yellow has not
I mean, you can
really nicely gone over that.
No, so you can go over the grey, but it needs to be like 2 times darker than that at least.
Yeah, so I've been just making everything black so I can paint over it, and
Yeah.
and that way I'm also like, if a little bit of the black is showing through the collar, like it is on the nose cone of the propeller,
Yes.
I'm fine with that, because it just gives it a little bit of a roughed up look where it looks like the paint is a little bit dirty. I'm fine with that. It's a fucking World War II plane. I'm fine with the paint looking a little bit dirty.
That makes sense.
However, if the grey's showing through, it looks like a model.
True.
It doesn't look like a model. It's a model aeroplane, but
Yes.
it's like it looks like. Well, it's just like you put the white over the grey, and you just go, that looks like crap.
Okay.
So I figured I'd just use the darker base, and then use that.
Yeah, that'll work.
Yeah. So I've been working on that a little bit,
Just a little bit.
Yeah, pretty much between editing videos, just do a little bit of painting, paint one side, let it dry.
Like a couple hours later, do the other side.
Yeah, take it up a bit.
Yeah.
I got a little bit over zealous with the white paint at one point, so I had to sand it back, and then I had to start again.
Oh jeez.
Yeah, I used a little. I may have used a brush that was too large. So, and I was like, oh shit.
Damn.
It was like a big old lumpy bit, so I'm just like, okay, sand it down, begin again. I'm also finding out that I don't really have the patience to paint models. I have the patience to make them because that's like 2 hours.
Yeah.
But the painting and being like, okay, layer 1, let it dry. Layer 2, it's like, ooh, that's starting to look nice. It's gonna need another layer. It's just the fact that painting needs layers, Kris. I don't like it.
It's why I pretty much go down the side and say that I'll pretty much just, if I'm drawing something, it's pretty much just a sketch because I do not want to add colour because I can't be bothered.
Dude, that's like easy though. Because I can just like, you pull out your colouring pencils like you're in 6th grade and then you just start fucking two-handing it, Kris.
No, but then it doesn't look right.
Two-handing it. Lines are for beginners.
No, because if you want it to look a little bit more realistic.
Oh yeah, you've got to add shade and shit.
Exactly. Which is so much easier to do while sketching than with the colour itself.
True, but that's just because one involves actually making colours work together, or one involves just being like, and I'll just trail off my graphite.
See, the problem is, I do know how to get them to work together. I just can't be bothered.
Yeah, it's a rough experience.
How? Where?
Do you know how many attempts it took me to get my green to be that colour of inside that cockpit?
Oh, so many.
A lot.
I'm aware.
I was like, white and green, and I was like, oh, fuck, I didn't put enough white in, more white, and I'm like, I'm only painting a tiny thing.
And then you make so much more, and it's like, and I'm done, and I have a lot of this now.
Yeah, look at my fucking little tray over there.
I'm aware of what it's like. I've done it.
It's like, it's just got colour. It's got pink on there. I don't know why it has. I was trying to make a skin tone. And I was like, okay, I need a little bit of pink. And then all this pink came out. I'm like, okay, we'll just begin again.
So in school, I did a painting as well.
Crazy
I stuck with greys, black and whites. Because I couldn't have been bothered to... Yes.
So lazy.
Yes, because I could not have been bothered to add colour into it. Yeah. Actually, I did add colour into one spot.
That's nice.
But that's it. Otherwise, no,
I was so upset by
I
that.
was too lazy.
It was just the most upsetting thing that happened. Cause
you just used way too much.
I didn't use too much. Because I was like, to actually make the skin tone, I was like, okay, I'll use this really pale yellow and the white, and I'm like going to put a tiny touch of pink in there to kind of bring out the red. Ooh. And I went, there's my white, there's my yellow mixed up. I'm like, okay, let's get a nice-ish colour. I went, okay, just need a touch of pink. And like, the pink was more than the rest, the other two, and I was just like...
So you just put too much in?
I just had no control over how much came out, so I'd just taken the peel off the top of the paint. I was like, let's do it. And it was just like, I've been waiting for this moment. And it was like, I wanted like a drop of pink. What you gave me was so much. And so I was just like, you know what? Scrap it. That's why there's just a big pink smudge on it.
Oh, I see. I see the smudge.
It's mostly covered by black paint now.
Well, yeah,
because I've used a lot of black paint.
Yes.
Mainly because I'm painting everything black. But
I like how your... What's the word again?
Tray.
Yes, tray, but it's not the word I was thinking of.
My arse. Fuck.
You see, I'm glad I'm not the only one stuck on that.
It's a, fucking Bob Ross talks about it all the time.
Yeah, I know he does. I'm aware he does.
Crazy thing is, fucking action. I have seen Bob Ross recently.
Fuck it, it'll come back to me later. I'm just... It's good to see that it's just the bottom of a McDonald's cup tray.
Well, I was actually just using that because it was a nice little area to put the painted things on.
True.
And I was just like, fuck this. That's fine. It's fucking... Yeah.
It's annoying me that the wrong thing is the only thing that's coming to mind.
You're thinking palette, aren't you?
No, I wasn't thinking palette.
What are you thinking of?
An easel. And I know that's not an easel.
No.
I'm aware that it's not.
Yeah, no. So yeah, I've just been using that. What I was really using it for is because I was like, oh, this is actually really... Like, I put some black paint on it and went, oh, this doesn't absorb the paint straight away.
No, it takes it.
Yeah, I was like, that's really good for mixing. I'll mix on this.
Yeah.
Because I did.
That's the next thing you should notice, because that's what they use that as a cup tray. Yeah. There's a lot of moisture on it.
Exactly. Yeah. And I was just like, oh, great, this will be great for mixing. And so I was using it for mixing. And I was like, this is great. This is way better than what I was planning to do for mixing.
Yes. What were you planning on using?
I was going to use my tongue. No. I was actually going to try and like just use tiny amounts on like probably a little piece of cardboard else that I got elsewhere.
Okay, fair.
Because I could not find any of my little
thingamajigs. Yes.
I knew there were some plastic ones around here because the older sister has a bunch of shit somewhere.
Yeah.
But I was just like, I can't be bothered searching for it. So I was just like, what can I use instead? And I was like, oh, I guess I could do it on that piece of paper that's over there. And I was like, but I don't really want to because I dropped my paintbrush, and that's why there's that there.
It indeed is why that's there, yes.
And I was just like, And there was just like a little dab of black paint there, and I was just like, well, I don't want a dab of wet paint there that I'm going to put my hand in and then get black paint everywhere. So I just got my paintbrush, put it in my water, washed it off, dried it off a little bit, and then just started doing circles until it was all gone.
Jesus Christ.
It worked. Not wet.
I mean, it wouldn't have been wet by now anyway.
Well, no, but it would be a little blob.
Yes, it would have been a little blob.
And I wasn't worried about, 2 days afterwards. I was worried about when I first put it there and went, that's right where my hand goes.
It is.
So I was like, fuck, what am I going to do? I'm like, I know. I'll just paint it until it stops being wet. So I just kept...
But that amused you for a little while?
Good 5 minutes.
Knew it would have.
Just look how nice those circles are. The inner ones, not the outer.
Oh, okay. I was going to say, like, that's not a great circle.
Well, the outer ones, it would start to dry out, so, there was only a little bit left on the paintbrush.
Yeah.
But it's like in here, oh, that's a good circle. You can't even see the edge.
Yeah, I suppose that's a decent circle.
I do good work.
Sometimes.
I'm going to say most times. Yeah, no, I'm going to go with most times. Yeah.
But not all the time.
No. Sometimes I do bad work. But I like to think that when I do bad work, it is intentional. I know I could do better, but I just can't be fucked.
Oh, okay, fair. I get that.
I call that when you're working for someone and they go, oh, you don't have any jobs to do? I just do some cleaning, and you're like,
I don't want to.
I don't really want to clean, but you've told me to clean. So I will compromise and do a poor job cleaning.
That way, hopefully you won't ask me next time.
Well, there's that, and then there's also just in case you ask me to clean again, I can just go back and do the same thing.
True, yes.
Still not entirely clean where I was working.
True.
But it is cleaner. I fucking hate when my bosses say that to you. They're like, no.
No, I don't really want to. Goodbye.
So we've done all of the jobs we have to have done. Alright, well, we don't have anything for you for like another hour, so do you guys want to clean up? No. No, we don't.
When I'm on with the junior at night, they're pretty much... We'll have like half hour left, nothing left to do in work. I could grab a broom and sweep the section.
Fuck off.
Or I could just stand there talking for half an hour.
More didn't even pop into my mind. Actually, no, it did, because we had to sweep off.
Well,
generally, it would come from, someone's spilt an entire bag of glue, and you're like, fuck me. You walk in and there's just a pile of it on the ground.
Well, now we have like cleaners coming in daily and sweeping the floor, taking the rubbish out and everything.
Just like, Greg, get the broom.
I don't think he'll grab the broom.
And by why? I'm going to be like, look, some idiot ripped a bag in half, and there's just a massive pile of dirt on the ground.
Yes.
And it's just like, well, that's disappointing. Yeah. The best ones were though, like when you'd walk in, like from the cafe in the old store, So it'd be like I'd walk out of the cafe and then just be like, I'm walking in a straight line, I'm walking with purpose, and then I'll walk in a GR, then I'm going to go up those steps, then I'm going to go down those steps.
You're going to go up a set of stairs to immediately walk down another set.
Exactly.
Yeah, okay, yep.
It was not my time that I was wasting.
Oh yeah, good point.
Yeah, and you'd walk up to GR and then you'd just be like, oh fuck, there's a pallet waiting for me. And I'd always know there's a pallet waiting for me because I would see the line of dust from the bag that they popped with the forklift running all the way down, and I'd be like, I'm not cleaning that up.
No.
Like, I'm not fucking, like, I can guarantee you it's like the 9th bag.
Oh yeah.
Down.
Yeah.
It's like one above the bottom layer. Like, and it's gonna have all this weight on top of it, and I'm gonna look at that and I'm gonna be like, okay, here are my options. I can unload everything off this pallet, grab the damaged bag, tape it up, sell it for cheap. Or I can pretend I never saw it, put it in there and just forget about it. Option 2.
Option 2 it is. I don't blame you on that one.
Hey, why is that dusty? Oh, maybe the pallet was a bit dusty. That seems like a lot. Yeah, well, it was pretty dusty.
It's like a tin that I took out of Hand's Reach yesterday. I'm like, why wasn't this taken out to GR through a damaged in transit? So what I did is I pulled it down, put it on the shelf, and then put another tin in front of it.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yep.
Paint stole my pallet once, so me and Liam went to get it back.
Jack?
Yep.
Okay, yep.
Me and Liam went to get it back and spilled like 6 cans of 15-litre paint.
Fuck.
Yeah. Whoever was using it had left it jacked up under the paint.
Oh.
So I just walked up and went, boom, and it went dunk, and all, like, so much fell.
Oh, man.
And this is on a Saturday morning.
Oh.
And I'm just like, okay, Liam, and he looks at me and he's like, here's the plan. I was like, okay. Yeah, so anyway, we spilled like 6, and then we kind of picked them up and we're like, okay, most of this paint is no longer in these tins.
Oh, no.
It was all under the aisle.
Oh.
We're just like, okay, we have a plan. And we turned to the person in paint and we went, there has been a spillage. And she looked at us and went, I saw.
It was Sam.
It was Sam.
It was Sam.
And she was like, I'm not cleaning that up. And we're like, okay, we will clean it up. But first, I want to put my pallet jack back where it belongs. Don't take it again. This is a warning.
That's a warning. We've spilled your paint. We're cleaning it up, but it's a warning to you.
We won't clean it up next time. Actually, no, we were actually really excited to clean it up. Okay. So it meant we get to spend 2 hours of our Saturday morning.
Oh shit, it would have been 2 hours
not
too.
Serving customers, but instead under the decks and getting high off paint fumes.
And it would have taken at least 2 hours. Yeah, that's a good point. Holy shit, yeah.
We were super painted by the time we finished. Like, hands, knees, aprons. They were like, why are you two covered in white paint? We're like, it may seem confusing because he's in electrical and I'm in flooring. But yes, we are covered in white paint.
Oh, man. See, I don't get covered in white paint. Because you know what the first thing I do? I take the apron off.
Nah, fuck that, son.
I take my apron off.
I think we turned ours around.
I just take it off and put it on the desk.
It wasn't our desk.
So?
We don't want people touching our stuff. Remember, Kris, my apron, I didn't like leaving my apron around because I had, like, contraband in there.
Good point, yeah.
I had, like, 3 pairs of scissors, 6 knives.
That's right, yeah. You did too.
Fucking if anyone saw that shit, they'd be like, I'm gonna write you up for using scissors. And I'm like, no, I'm not in 1st grade anymore. I'm allowed to. I've learned.
I've been stepped up from the plastic scissors.
No more safety scissors for me. Oh no, I've cut off my finger. Can I please have the safety scissors again?
At least for another year.
And then, fucking safety scissors, they were great.
Great and useless.
So, when we were in school, we would have this system called the buddy system. So, yes. Year 6s would help year preps. Or preppies. Mm-hmm. Not year preps. You can't be in year prep. But yeah, it would help the preppies.
Yeah.
in their transition into school. So, before they came to school, we would join them. We'd go and visit them and stuff at their preschools.
Okay, to make it a bit easier, yeah.
So that they knew who we were. Mm-hmm. And then once they started the next year, so that was in year 5, we would be in year 6, and we would go down and, in the first couple of months, spend, every Friday afternoon with them and kind of just, help them get used to school.
Yeah.
And so, you sit there and you do art projects with them. And boy, was it frustrating.
Oh, I can imagine.
We're in year 6. And they're like, okay, we're going to do some art projects. Grab your buddies, preppies. And then they'd hand you safety scissors. And you're sitting there cutting this piece of paper being like, it just keeps bending.
It does.
It's not cutting, it's bending. And you're like, okay, here's the plan. I bought mine. Don't tell the teacher. We're going to cut this shit super fast. Because they've got to give them an hour to cut something because it's fucking safety scissors.
I'm aware of it.
It's just tearing and sort of accurate.
Sort of, yes. Sort of is the correct term.
So yeah. But yeah, no, that was probably the funnest Saturday morning that I ever had working at Bunnings because I did not officially got out of having to do any work. Because the boss walks up and why aren't you doing your... Oh fuck, that's a lot of pain. We're like, we gotta clean this shit up. Do the paint guys have enough supplies for this? We're just asking for more. we're just asking for more. Oh, fuck. I think we used 20 bags of rags.
Holy shit, why did you not just grab some Fatso?
We did. Oh. But we used all the Fatso that paint had in their bin. Yeah. And then they were like, oh, just go down to the aisle and grab some more. And I walked down there and I went, there's no more.
Oh, no. Oh, no.
And I went, wait, what?
Wait, back then we had fucking sawdust. In our section. We just used Fatso because it's better.
They didn't tell us to use sawdust. They just was like, we've got Fatso. They had one bag of it.
Yeah, well, that's all we ever generally need.
They had one little bag of it. And we're like, don't think that will work.
Generally, when there's a spill,
it's not 6 15-litre tins. Well, it was.
I'm aware of what it was. But no, generally when we have a spill, it's maybe a 4 or a 10, but we catch it quick enough that all of the content hasn't exited the tin.
Oh no, we just kind of stood there admiring our work for a bit.
I'm aware of how you did it.
Lean on the pallet jack. Wow. That is a mess.
Whereas
Should we stop that? I don't want to touch it.
Whereas I've had a junior that knocked one off a 2-litre tin off the top of the pallet, and it landed face down, and he's looking at it and he's like, what do I do? And then I'm just like, what are you doing?
You gotta pick it up.
You just push it down first, then pick it up.
That's a good point.
Yeah, no,
it wouldn't have helped us because they were bang sideways.
Yes. Those lids are not going to stay on the same way.
Kind of standing there watching it spread towards the other aisle and like, probably once it goes under that shelf, we are not going to be able to clean it.
Yes. No, you wouldn't.
We were just sitting there kind of watching it happen. You know, we should probably do something about this.
Oh, dude, we had a spell when it ended up going under the pallets, and we decided it's we're not pulling the pallet out.
Smart.
And
just spilled.
So Glenn questioned us, and he said, "Why haven't you just cleaned in there up?" It's like, do you want us to make more mess and then have to clean up more because the pallet jack is dragging paint everywhere? He's like, okay, fair point. 3 months later, we went back, and it was that thick. We went back and we started peeling it up, and Sean and I were like, this isn't completely dry yet.
Anyway, so they're like, quickly use this and give us this tiny bag of fat silver. It's like, we may need more.
You would have needed more.
So Liam poured it on and I ran off to get more, and then we're like, okay, there is no more. And they're like, I suppose you just
use rags from here now?
Yep. Use what you've got and we'll get you some rags. We're like, awesome.
Yeah.
So we overused the fat salt. We were just like, this stuff should probably be coming up now, but just move it over.
Oh God. Oh man.
No one said that we were good at cleaning up paint.
In fact,
we weren't.
I've only ever had to clean up other people's messes.
Hey, at least we cleaned up our mess.
Well, that is true.
Although technically, we shouldn't have. Because that would have really tore paint for taking my fucking pallet down.
Yes.
Which they knew they weren't allowed to take, because I told them, take it and something bad will happen. Well, guess what? Something bad happened.
They didn't tell me that. I still took your pallet jack.
Something bad will happen.
You did tell me that once.
The bad thing is my foot going up your ass.
The thing is, you told me that once. And then I continued walking.
Yeah, well, yeah.
You didn't need to use it at the time, so...
Oh, dude, I used to get so fucking...
Every
Saturday
So did Greg. Greg got annoyed with it as well.
That's because every Saturday morning, we would walk in, and our pallet jack was missing. And we had two of the motherfuckers. We had the old one and the new one. And we're just like, we don't mind if you borrow it, because it's a pallet jack where everyone always knows where it is, so it's the first one on their go grab list.
Well, it's actually the last one on mine.
But it literally says flooring on it. So bring it back to us when you're done. Don't just be like, oh, well, I've used this one. Oh, fuck off now. And so, like, yeah. There's a few times where I got a little bit angry. Especially on Saturday morning, because every Saturday morning is missing.
Oh, yeah. No, I was alright.
And I'd, come into the aisle, and the aisle it was in, I'd just fucking smash it into shit. It's like, oh, you got a nice pile of boxes there. Boom! Not anymore.
See... It was always the last one. I'd always look for another pallet jack and fucking grabbing the flooring.
Liam found me with it one day and he's like, dude, you just smashed into the shelving. I was like,
was it a Swift? I don't care.
I know. And then he's like, just got to be more. And then I smashed into it again. I went, oh look, accidents. I don't fucking care. If they've got to replace it because their fucking their Dexian fucked.
Look, I've only ever witnessed Dexian get fucked up once.
Oh, I used to scuff the paint on every.
So mine was it wasn't completely my fault. I wasn't the one driving the wave in tool shop. I was the one who scared the shit out of the person driving it though.
Did I hammer at him?
No, I just waited around the corner and then scared the shit out of him and he ran straight into the Dexian. Wow. Didn't even fucking turn.
That's pretty bad.
We immediately...
I was in tool shop once and someone...
We immediately got out of that aisle though.
I think it was with the other Darcy and he was just standing there doing stuff and I was chatting to him because I was...
piggyback one day.
Yeah, it was weird. I think I'd gone in there to get a new knife blade and then I was just like, hey, and he was like, yeah. I'm like, do you know how I'm here every 5 minutes getting a new knife blade? And he's like, yeah, why do you do that? And I'm like, because my knife blades are dull and I need sharp knife blades to cut shit. He's like, oh yeah, that's a good point. I'm like, you reckon you could just write off a thing of knife blades that I could put in my desk? And he's like, they wouldn't like that because you're supposed to put the sharp blades in our sharp blade bin. I'm like, that's fine. I'm like, I'll come once a week and drop off all my sharp blades.
Yeah.
Ain't no one gonna know that they're hidden away in my desk unless someone opens it and all the sharp blades come full. That's not an issue. But I don't want to be coming here all the time. So I'd gone to him to get a knife blade, pretty much.
Yeah.
And he didn't have any. So that's why we were discussing me just getting a box for myself.
Yeah.
And then he was doing something. I'm like, I will throw a hammer at you. And he was like, no, you won't. And I was like, threw a hammer at him and it bounced off the desk. And he's just like, because it made a fucking loud noise. And it's 8:30 at night. So there's fuck all people in the store.
Oh yeah, of course.
And all of a sudden, over the whole store, you just hear this ring because this fucking I've just thrown a claw hammer at him. And he's like, oh fuck. And then 5 minutes later, I think it was the Colin pops in, he's like, you boys hear that noise? And I'm like,
no.
What noise?
There was a noise?
We have no idea what you're talking about. Okay, because I'm pretty sure it came from you two. Oh yeah, we hit the Dexian. What did you hit the Dexian with? Steel caps. Oh yeah, I guess that makes sense. Got steel cap boots on. I was just leaning up against it asking for some knife blades.
Oh, that's...
Why are you asking for knife blades? Because there's no fucking knife blades. Everyone's taken them.
Yes.
They belong to me.
Oh, man. No, I was walking down the stairs one day and Darcy was behind me and he's just like, Stop at the bottom. Don't move. I'm like, why? Why am I not moving? And then he just crawls onto my back.
Yeah, that happened.
Now, at this time, he's quite a tall fella.
Yeah, more about the same height.
I still had some growing to do at that point.
Yeah, you were being a little baby.
So he jumps on my back and he's like, to the paint desk! And I'm like, fuck it, whatever, let's go. So I should get walking, and then Reed walks past us and he stops. He's like, what are you doing? It's like, taking Darcy to the paint desk.
This seems unsafe. Hang on. Turn around. Continue.
I'm just like, taking Darcy to the paint desk? Why is he on your back? It's like, oh, he told me to stop at the bottom of the stairs.
Why is he on your back? I don't know.
Well, it could have been something as well. But
Wait, he is?
My response was like, well, he told me to stop at the bottom of the stairs. Then he got on and said to the paint desk, so I just started walking.
Dude, me and Reed were putting something together once, and we were just like,
silicon.
Job well done. And then we looked out and we had all of the fittings left, and we're like, put those in the drawer. Just put those in the drawer.
You know, that sounds right too.
Oh, how did we put a cabinet together with only 2 screws? Just don't lean on it. It'll probably be fine.
No. Can you just chock one full of silicon?
Oh yeah, we used to do that all the time. We had to put a fucking because we had to do all the kitchen and bathroom displays. We had to stick a fucking sink bit on tap.
Oh yeah.
But we didn't have the fittings. We just had the outer bits, and we're just like, excellent. This'll work.
Oh man, Reed was good.
I'm gonna touch that.
Except for that one stock take.
Yeah, he got a bit power hungry at the end.
No, it wasn't the power hungry side of things.
Oh, wasn't?
No, it was like he got his stock take crew, and I was in it.
Right.
And then he looked at the stock take crew and said,
"You're all fucking useless."
Yeah, well, practically.
He was right though.
He said, "It's like, okay, so
I say that about you all the time."
Well, yeah, I know you do. He didn't say it about me. He basically just said,
do.
"I know you do."
All the time.
He just turned around to the others and said, also turned to me first, and was like, Kris, I'm going to get you to count the top shelves. And then turned around to the others and said, just let Kris count the top shelves, it'll be a lot quicker, because he realised his entire crew was short. And wouldn't have been able to see the top shelf with a step.
Okay, team 4 foot, let's roll.
Pretty much. So because I think this was just after you left anyway. So
Probably.
So it was after you left, so at this point I was as tall as I am now, so I was like, yeah, no, he could just do the top shelf. We'll leave the top shelf to Kris.
I got that. Fuck. Don't you remember what it was? It wasn't stock take, but someone was just like, can you count all of the mats up in hand's reach? And I was like,
why?
You know that's a mess up there, right?
Oh,
they were like, no, can you just count it? I'm like, well, if I get a wave, yes.
I'm aware that it was a mess up there. And I went up there many times looking for mats.
And they were just like, what do you mean if you get a wave? I'm like, well, I can't do it with a ladder because I'll need to be able to move while I'm up there because it's a fucking mess up there, and I'd have to even have an idea of what's up there, I'd need to be able to move so I can shuffle things around. And they're like, okay, I'll get you a wave. It was like one of their cohorts. They're like, I'll get you a wave and tell them that they're not allowed to use, no one can take this off you for the rest of the night.
Perfect.
And it must have been Christmas time because I was there at 11:30 at night.
Yeah.
And at 11:30 at night, I'd already done my job.
You never got asked to stay back late?
No. I counted all of the stuff that I was supposed to do because I was furious, and so was the cohort, because they were like, why the fuck are you here? And I'm like, I don't fucking know, I don't want to be here. And they're like, we're not going to fucking sell flooring at 12 o'clock at night. And I'm like, no, we're not, because no one is, and it's Christmas time, people are rushing in to fucking buy I need a gift card or I need something leisurely. Like, no one's rushing to me like, I fucking need tiles right fucking now.
Pretty much.
I've had a tiling emergency.
Oh,
So anyway, so I had nothing to do. So at 11:30 rolls up. I've still got fucking half an hour left on my shift.
Yep.
But I've done all of the jobs I had to get done that night.
Okay, yep.
So I just went up and down that big centre aisle. In the wave, going up and down. Like, just... And like one of the cars stops and looks at me at one point and like, what are you doing? I'm like, hands reach. I'm like, carry on. Mind you, at this point, I'm like sitting in paint department. I was like, yeah, go, keep going.
But was this while I was there?
Would have been.
Because I would have been on that night.
No, you weren't.
While I was there, I worked every Christmas night. I was
it was 2 nights before Christmas, but it was the week where we're open super late. So the whole week we'd been open till 10, but then the 2 nights before Christmas they were open till midnight.
Yeah, okay.
And that's why I was really pissed because everyone who I would have been happy working with was on the next night, and I was on the night before.
Jesus Christ.
And I was just like, I don't need to be here. And they were like, you don't need to be here. And I was like, I know I don't need
I don't. You don't need to tell me that. It's like
And yeah, so I just used the wave to just roll up and down pretty much mainly the centre aisle like 6 times.
Of course, yeah.
Because I could and it was nice and wide. But then I'd be like, the manager would like look at me and be like, "How's all the heads reach on?" I'm like, I'm done here. I'm going to the next aisle, and then I just roll to the next aisle at full height, waving to the people in the rooms.
And you're doing.
So I was like, "You're not supposed to do that." I'm like, "There's no customers in the store. Who am I going to run into? There's 3 of us on the floor. I'm so angry."
Yes.
So,
Jordan and I got rostered on to multiple 12 o'clock shifts.
Oh yeah.
Stash would walk up to us and he's like, "Hey, can you on Wednesday or Thursday, whatever day she gave us, like, can you stay till 12 and just do hands reach?"
Pretty much. 'Cause, like, what else were you going to do?
Yeah, or well, it was specifically to go through and gut the aisles, put everything away we could, and then fill back up. So I was like, "Oh, yeah, sure." They were always the nights that she bought us pizza. She'd always buy us pizza because we didn't have to say yes to it. One of them was when they were redoing the EVA, so we had to sit in a meeting to watch the video, and we're up the back just eating pizza while everyone's just smelling it and just sitting there.
No,
I think one of them walked back up. It's like, "What you doing?" "Oh, we're grabbing a slice of pizza. It's for the meeting." It's like, no, this is our dinner.
You fuck yourself.
There is no food for this meeting.
Yeah,
you just have to sit there and smell it.
Pretty much. Oh, dude, I hated working there so much.
It sucks. It really does. He
I said though, like, that place weirded me out so many times.
Yeah.
Like they put up a picture of me when they made me an expert.
Oh, they didn't do that till the new store.
And I was standing there and I'm looking at it and I'm looking at it and I'm looking at it and I'm like, everyone's kind of like, "What you do? It looks good up there. Hey, you're happy about it." I'm like, where the fuck did they take my picture? I'm like, that is me standing in front of tiles. I'm like, and I know I've never had that picture taken. I was fucking freaking out.
Oh, yeah.
I'm like, do they have some fucking Mission Impossible mask shit going on there? Is this one of the other team members?
Probably.
They're like, no, it's the picture from when they make you an expert. They got your picture. I'm like, I was in Sydney when they made me an expert.
Yeah, true.
I wasn't working at Bunnings. I could give you the mail, and they were just like, "Oh, that is weird." And I was like, "Yeah, that's very weird."
Oh, so weird. No, see, I got made an expert like a year after. No, it would have been about 6 months into being in paint. And I only got it taken 2 years ago.
Yeah, but they took it.
Yeah. Oh,
they didn't take my picture.
Yeah, I know. Well, they didn't take yours. But they took my...
They just got it from somewhere.
I think they made Steph an expert. And then I think Mandy walked up to her and she's like, "They haven't got your picture up the front for being an expert." I'm like, "I know. I have avoided it."
Nice.
"Well, I'm here to take it." I'm like, "Oh, please no."
The other crazy thing is that in my picture I had short hair.
When?
I know. That's how I know they didn't take my picture. Because I'm just like... Oh. I never had short hair when I worked here.
I've seen you with short hair once.
Yeah, I know. I normally.
And that was a couple of years ago.
I normally have long hair. I generally have long hair because I'm very lazy. But yeah, no. This picture is of me with short hair. I'm like this. I'm like.
Was it actually your face on there?
It was my face.
So they photoshopped your face onto someone else.
That's what I'm assuming. That's what I'm assuming because I'm like, okay, that is my short hair. I'm like. I did have short hair of that length for about a month, but 3 weeks of that month was the end of school.
So you weren't there.
So I had taken 3 weeks off.
Yep.
And I'm like, and when I came back, my hair had started growing again.
Yes.
I'm like, it wasn't like that.
No.
I'm like, that was...
I don't ever... again, other than the one time, a couple of years back,
I
I don't ever recall you having short hair, ever.
No. I was like, I got my hair cut for formal.
Even in school.
But I got it cut 3 days before formal, and I told him, I'm not working until after I graduated school. So last week I did not work.
Yeah.
So that was the last week of school, did not work. That's when I had my hair cut. Yes. Then I went to them, oi, because I'm going to come and work here full time in my gap year, I want to take some time off before starting.
That's fair.
And they went, okay, when do you want to start? And I said, second week of December. So I was off most of November because I went camping with my friends. Yeah. I'll rephrase that. I went drinking with my friends.
Yes, you did.
We were outdoors, but there wasn't much camping going on.
No.
Mainly drinking and burning all of the textbooks.
Solid.
Yeah.
Wait, the textbooks?
You hear nothing.
Hang on a second.
So that was like the first week. The second week was vegetation, and the third week was also vegetation, but getting ready to go back to work. And so I didn't start work until like mid-December, and by then my hair wasn't like how short it had been. It like started to grow back, and it was kind of like starting to get moppish. But the picture they had is like almost me from my graduation, like short spiky hair, and I was like, did you get a picture of me on Facebook and Photoshop it on someone else?
Probably.
Because like the body doesn't even look like me. I'm just like...
I doubt it would have. I never looked at it.
Yeah, no, it was freaking me out. Like it always freaked me out because it was like the only time I had short hair was in the Christmas rush. And there was no way you would stop me to get a picture for the Christmas rush. Especially considering this was like a year before they made me an expert.
Yeah.
So like, and like once they had made me an expert, as I said, I'd been in Sydney. So I came back and I was like fully college Darcy. Long hair, fucking scruffy beard.
Yep, that sounds right,
Yeah. And I was like, when did you get this clean shaven, short haired picture of me for expert when I wasn't here and I haven't looked like that for over a year? Actually, at this point, it'd been like over 2 years, but I'm just like, I'm confused.
Something weird's happening, and I don't like it.
I didn't like it.
No.
And everyone's like, hey, they made you an expert, and I was just like, I hate it. It was the biggest conspiracy theory that I had about that place. Photoshopping team members.
Yeah, that sounds like...
And then I really knew it wasn't me, because I was smiling. And I'm like, I don't smile when I'm here.
No, no, you don't.
It's more of a depressed, sad, soul-crushing grimace.
Yeah. Wasn't even smiling when we were doing our My Land jokes.
No, I was dead serious. Get off my land. I'm gonna murder you.
Yeah. Especially while he was throwing stuff on the floor.
I'll throw hammers at you. I'll do it. I'll steal your pain.
There were no hammers nearby. We were in homewares. Storage containers.
I carried a lot of shit in my apron.
Okay, fair enough.
I don't know why I had a hammer. I don't know when that would ever be useful to me.
You use a hammer occasionally at work.
Yeah, but he used a mallet.
No, an actual hammer.
Okay, well there you go.
No, I use it to straighten out the fucking teeth on the tape dispensers.
I might have used it to break light bulbs.
That's actually probably a good reason to have it.
Yeah. Because you know how Liam would always be left with fucking fluorescent tubes?
Yeah.
Well, we used to break them on the side of the dumpster as we like bulbs. And then we realised, hey, that probably ain't smart.
No, it wouldn't be.
It kind of shatters right where your hands are.
Yep. Oh, yeah, it does.
And so then we started just spearing them into it.
Yep.
But they wouldn't always break. So then we just tap them with a hammer. You put your arm in and just be like...
Those fuckers explode, man.
Then we accidentally had a trolley full of them one day. Like the round ones and the long ones. And we had this trolley and we're pushing it out the back. And then we hit a bump. And that was bad.
Oh, no.
Fuck.
I'll stand here. You get the dustpan and brush.
I think I just ran away. Like, hey, Liam, this looks like your problem.
Bye.
Yeah.
Oh, that's funny. That is pretty funny.
Well, and that's why you don't carry a trolley. I don't know why he'd been saving them up. He's like, yeah, I've been just keeping them for a month.
Why? Why?
Oh no.
What's even worse is it was just around the corner. Because he would have been storing it in their hidey hole.
But no, we took it out to timber yard.
Why?
Longer walk.
Oh, okay, fair.
Also, the guys in GR would yell at us for throwing them at the bin.
So you went at... Wait, there was a bin out in timber yard?
Yeah.
Oh shit, that's what there was too.
There's a big one. Big old dumpster.
I'm now remembering that's where I actually used to take my rubbish overnight, out there.
Yeah, and we'd go out to that one because on a Sunday afternoon when they just closed up timber yard, no one's out there. So no one's giving a fuck if you're frisbeeing fucking fluorescent tubes at a fucking bin. Until someone walks out and what the fuck are you boys doing? Throwing out the rubbish. Why does it take two of you? It's dangerous, yo.
Just in case he gets caught.
These are fluorescent light bulbs, they'll explode on you. Not if you treat them carefully. Yes, carefully.
Don't hit them with the punching bag.
Fucking Tyler caught us one day. She's like, what are you doing? We're like, nothing, but also stay over there. She's like, what? We're just like... And they just hear the explosion go off and she's like, that's really dangerous. We're like, that's why we're doing it in the bin.
And telling you to stay over there.
Exactly, we're professionals. We know what we're doing.
Yes.
We do this all the fucking time.
Yes.
You probably shouldn't be doing that. I'm pretty sure it's fine. What about workplace health and safety? Well, if you don't say anything, no one's going to know anything.
That's also true. Obviously, she didn't say anything.
No, because we were never reprimanded for it once.
Yes.
And we did it often.
And
so that would literally be like my Greg and Liam's afternoon on a Sunday. Smash the light bulbs. We've got half an hour left. Smash the light bulbs. Check the sales. Take the phones upstairs. That'd take a good solid 10 minutes.
Of course, yeah.
And then sign the fuck out and be like, peace.
Yep.
The good old days.
Oh, it was the best way to do it.
I fucking hate that place. I hate it so much. Anyhow. Well, everyone, as always, I have finished off my beverage of choice. Which means that, as far as I'm concerned, this podcast is done. It's dusted. I ain't got nothing else to say. And even though I did have anything else to say, I don't have any relubrication for my mouth. Nope. So I got to look after myself.
Yeah.
Thank you for joining us. If you did like the video, please like, share, subscribe, comment, all of that good stuff. Stay tuned for more videos coming every Monday, Wednesday, Friday.
Yes.
That's 5. But only 3 days. For some reason, my thumb and my finger wanted to be part of it. And yeah, just, stay tuned. We'll let you know when some cool stuff is going on.
Yeah.
And when I finally get around to doing more than just staring at the Patreon homepage. Maybe one day. We'll stare at it and I'll just be like, nah. Anyway, guys, thank you for joining us. As always, I've been Darcy, he's been Kris.
Indeed.
We will catch you next time.
So,
goodbye.
Yes, indeed.
Yes, indeed.
Gotta fix the stash.
What's the time, boy? 1 minute and 8 minutes.
Oh, that was 1 hour and 8 minutes.
I know what I said. God, my face is so smug.